and a very warm welcome at my Atari ST nostalgia trip. And for this video, I'm going to have a look at Match Point Tennis by Michtron or whatever they were called. This was a very early game on the ST, and it introduced itself as the new and completely realistic tennis game with fantastic graphics, true-to-life scoring, and a three-dimensional playing screen. There are added features to Match Point that you won't find even in real tennis. Now, of course, I did not know that back then. We got our ST early 1986. I was just 11 years old. We didn't have the manual. We didn't have any description. Now I have access to it, so the text I read to you was actually something that it really said on the box. But for me, at that time, it was just another tennis game and one of the very first games I ever played on the ST. Of course, I also didn't know that features you won't even find in real tennis actually just meant you could name your opponents, you could play with mouse or joystick while you just sit on your lazy behind, and you could press pause in the middle of the game for what it literally said, those much needed refreshment breaks. Well, I have my coffee here with me, so if I need a refreshment I can pause and take a break. But I sort of have a feeling I won't be playing this game for very long, because I remember back in the day also, I don't remember enjoying this game too much. It was just a bit sluggish as I remember it. But it did support Monochrome, which was handy since we only had a Monochrome monitor back in the day at that time. And in this case, actually, Monochrome means it actually runs in the 640 by 400 resolution. So unlike the Sierra AGI engine that's still stuck to the, was it 160 by 200 or something, making it still look very blocky, this actually looked quite crisp on our ST monitor. So yeah, probably this video won't be so long because I wasn't very good at this game, but let's not stall any longer and let's just see how I feel playing this game this time. So I couldn't find the original discs of this one since I'm playing from an emulator and I don't have the time to convert any of my true ST discs, if they are still working anyway, because our ST is somewhere in storage. I might try to restore it someday. But I found a special version which was converted so you can actually run it from the hard disk by just copying the files to your hard drive. So let's see where we go. So yeah, it detects the type of machine I have. I can press asterisk on the numpad to exit, and I can save a game state because yeah, it would make you play a whole match of 3 or 5 sets. So you could sort of pause in between if you wanted to. So this is the game I remember. I can have 0 players to have the computer play against himself. Play with 1 or 2 players. I will just be a novice this time because I had a test run and I don't think this version is working particularly well. So anything above novice, I will be just losing 6-0, 6-0 immediately. Now control. It's a bit annoying that also this one, if you play with 1 player, it's for some reason wants me to have the joystick in port 1, maybe. If I see, I can't even change that. So player 1 joystick in the mouse port, which on a real ST was really inconvenient because you had to take out the mouse from the port which was underneath the computer, so you had to lift it. I will just play as Graham in this case. Let's see. Now the audience pattern is actually quite cleverly made in this game. I like that. And as you can hear, the sound is not very convincing, but let's see if I can. Oh, I actually managed to get the ball. And I think, is it possible to make an effect? I have no idea. As you can see, the player actually moves quite slow, which makes it very difficult. But lucky for me, the computer also moves quite slow. But come on, why doesn't he turn? Yeah, this is... I think I'm starting to realize why I didn't like this game very much, but there seems to be something wrong with this version, because He doesn't turn. He doesn't turn his racket to the other side, and he should actually do this. But why doesn't he do this? Okay, and apparently on novice to computer players, and that is not very good at this game either, so that's sort of convenient for me. But come on. Yeah, and as you can tell, I've gone a bit quiet because I find it quite difficult to talk and play the game at the same time. So I make some good points here. This is actually better than my training run, which is nice, but yeah, the players are just so slow. What? Yeah, I just go immediately to the net and hope I can volley, because otherwise I have to run too far. Oh, come on, why doesn't he turn? He doesn't turn his racket to the other side. It should turn it. Oh well. Okay. This is not very convincing. I guess they were quite creative in having the ball at least give it a shadow, so you had some idea of it, whether it was low or high, but yeah, they walk extremely slowly. But I should be able to... Why doesn't it turn? I should be able to turn my racket to the other side, and it doesn't do it. So there seems to be something wrong with this version actually, which is a bit annoying, because yeah, then how am I going to get that ball ever? It's moving too slow and it doesn't turn. I have no idea why it's doing that. Yeah, to be fair, even if he did turn his racket to the other side properly to actually hit a backhand, come on. I probably still wouldn't be playing this game a lot. I remember just sort of... I remember putting the discs of this game aside pretty quickly after I got some other games for this system, because yeah, it's a very boring game. I'm not a huge fan of tennis as it is anyways. And the controls are just really sluggish. It's just, I don't know, the animations are not too convincing. So yeah, it's nice that the players and the field are actually sort of in high resolution. But that's the only really positive thing I can say about this game. It's... yeah, it doesn't really, I don't know. At least it seems my opponent is also unable to hit a backhand and turn his racket to the other side. So it looks like it's just a limitation of this version of the game. And yeah, it's hard to think. In the beginning I actually played this game with the mouse because we didn't have a joystick yet. That must have been horrible. I can't remember actually what it felt like. So I probably sort of put that, I don't know, I was able to eliminate those nasty memories. Yeah, I think the only positive thing about this game, I can tell, if I have to say something positive, it's probably playing this game made me finally understand the scoring system in tennis. Because before that, yeah, I sometimes had someone explain it to me and I just didn't understand, and that was a rubbish move by myself. But yeah, just displaying it in monochrome, it sort of reminds me of Pong. Except in Pong, the controls were not this sluggish, so that's actually more fun to play than this version of tennis, because yeah, this is just really annoying. I just get totally annoyed. I mean, imagine this is only the first set and I'm already sick of it, and imagine having to play 3 or 5 sets. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, for nostalgia's sake, it's nice to see this game back again, but that's really all I can say about it, and I probably will... Oh, come on. Seriously? I don't know, but that's the only positive thing I can say about this game. And probably in color it would not be much better, because the controls would still be extremely sluggish as they are. Yeah, I have no idea. It looks like a ZX Spectrum game, to be honest, not really like Atari ST 16-bit generation gaming. So I will just finish this game, and well, which will be pretty soon, the way I play it, and I will just quit to the desktop and call it a day, because I don't want to torture myself, and I also don't want to torture the viewers. So yeah, I think I'll just call it quits. I hope watching this wasn't too much torture for you. Playing it surely was torture for me, so I'm just gonna end it. And I would just like to say I will try to pick a game that I like a bit more next time, and hopefully that video will be a bit more entertaining. Unless you like to look at my failures, of course, then this was probably very entertaining, but maybe next time I'll have more fun.